Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the CDL podcast channel. Going to be a mini episode today. Just Ryan here. Going to talk about the crazy news that just dropped. If you guys enjoy these mini episodes, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. I don't know if this one's going to go up on Spotify and audio platforms. This is probably just going to be a couple minutes, but when we have these big news items drop, just like to get on and do like a little mini emergency episode, just a few minutes. But wow, crazy news. Pred benched for Huke, which when I saw it, I got extremely clickbaited because it's not like they just benched Pred just like straight up. They were like, yeah, we don't want Pred anymore. He's benched. It is obviously for a personal reason, as was kind of detailed just a little bit in the Breaking Point article. They didn't really get into too much details, obviously, because I'm sure, whatever it is, Pred doesn't want that out there. So we hope all the best regardless, whatever you feel about the roster change. We hope all the best for Pred. Obviously, personal issues outside the game can be some pretty serious stuff. So people don't be tweeting at him, asking him what's going on, what's happening, why is he benched, because if it is something like a personal health issue or a family health issue or just any personal family issue like that, it can be some pretty serious stuff that weighs on him pretty heavily, as we all know. So let's not pile on Pred. Let's not pile on the team. I'm sure that he chose to not have this be a public thing, so he doesn't want people constantly hounding him about it. But with that said, let's talk about the roster change a little bit. Huke picked up by OpTic. Interesting move from Huke because, I mean, unless this is something that could keep Pred out like very long term, we're obviously assuming Pred will be back the second he is able, to return. So interesting from Huke because I don't know if he's like signed. I haven't seen, but I don't know if he signed to like one of those potential 2-week contracts people have been able to do in the past, or if Huke just signed like a full year deal because who could have almost trapped himself. Joining OpTic obviously is the best possible roster he could join. I mean, Thieves and FaZe are not going to make a change this year, most likely. OpTic, unless something like this comes up, not going to make a change. So, every other team is worse than those three teams. Huke, best team he could possibly get on, really. Interesting, though, if he did, like I said, sign a full year deal, he could have almost trapped himself because if Pred is back in 2 weeks, then Huke's just on the bench. You would think OpTic would maybe do right by him and sell him to one of those teams because obviously somebody else was going to pick him up. But he gets an offer from, the best possible team he could have. And it's a good fit. I don't think anybody will be dethroning OpTic in the top three. You could maybe say since they're having to make, a quick change, they're probably like third place, maybe behind FaZe. You could still argue, with FaZe being 0-2 and with the chemistry that Huke has with some of these players, they still could be like a top team. So Huke should honestly fit pretty seamlessly into this roster, at least as a fill-in. Obviously, I think they said he's played 15 tournaments with shottzyy, made the grand finals in like 8 of them, won 4 of them. Obviously, him and shottzyy are good friends, are a very good chemistry as a sub duo. He played a lot of that year in MW2 with Dashi as well, so he's got some chemistry with him. And if you remember, he played one event in Cold War in that mess of a Cold War LA Thieves year. I believe it was the last event before we went back to LAN during COVID. And he played that with Kenny. I don't think they did very well because that LA Thieves team overall in that Cold War year did not do very well. But Huke joining the team, very interesting. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. Didn't want to make this one too long, but I do think that they are still going to be a very solid team. I still expect them to be top 3. I think they can still compete with the other top 2 teams because Huke, pretty much by everybody's account, is the best player in Challengers this year. He shouldn't have been in Challengers to start the year. He's better than a number of subs that are in the league to start. And honestly, this game probably fits his playstyle more than any game in the CDL era. It is just chow, and go. And if you know anything about Huke, that's his playstyle. It's a run and gun, just get in your face, just constant chow. And him and shottzyy are going to be setting pace on the map. But obviously, with all that said, we really, really hope the best for Pred. Don't want anything serious to be going on. Obviously, we hope he's back right away, and maybe Huke goes to a different team or something. But just keep Pred in your thoughts. Obviously, if it's something really serious outside the game, we do not want anything to be happening to any of the players. And this is not how we want roster changes to happen. Whether it's a superstar player like Pred, or if it's one of the players in the bottom teams that's kind of hanging on for his spot. If people are going to lose their roster spots, we want them to lose it because of their gameplay. Or how they are as a teammate or something like that. We don't want people losing their spots due to potential, personal, whatever health issues, whether it's a superstar or a bench player. So just want to get on. Obviously, this is bombshell news. Want to talk to some of you guys that are always commenting on the podcast and just get your thoughts on them. A little bit easier medium here to talk than on Twitter. So drop your thoughts down below in the comments. How is OpTic going to be? How are they going to perform with Huke? Are they going to still be top 3? Are they going to fall out of the top 3? Are they going to be the best team? How do you think they can perform with Huke? If it has to be a long-term thing, I would love to hear all your comments down below. So if you guys are just new listening to the channel, tune in every Monday night. We typically drop a longer podcast with my co-host Brock and I. So if you guys enjoyed just this little mini episode, you want to hear us talk more long-form Call of Duty, tune into the podcast Monday nights. There was one from yesterday where we did power ranking and all that. So if you guys enjoyed this mini episode, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you next week for the podcast.